She was once hailed as the pure goddess of Chinese costume dramas, a woman whose elegance made her seem untouchable. But behind the shimmering glow of stardom, Li Qin's story is not as flawless as her image suggests. Whispers have followed her for more than a decade. Rumors of secret romances with top actors, questions about hidden backers, and accusations that her career has been built on beauty more than skill. Each new drama brought her both applause and criticism, with fans praising her grace, while detractors dismissed her as safe, repetitive, and unwilling to take risks. When rivals like Zhao Lucy and Dilraba Dilmurat began stealing headlines, the question became unavoidable. Had Li Qin missed her chance to break free and reinvent herself? Her silence on every controversy has only fueled speculation. Was she protecting her dignity or hiding truths the public was never meant to know? Stay with Criminal Tracks as we unravel the untold story of Li Qin, where fame, mystery, and controversy collide. Li Qin's story begins in the quiet city of Kunshan, Jiangsu, where she was born in 1990. She came from an ordinary family with no glamorous ties to the entertainment world, and her early life reflected the simple rhythms of a modest upbringing. Unlike many who are born into influence, her path was shaped by discipline, determination, and a natural gift for performance. From a young age, she displayed an unusual blend of poise and resilience, traits that would later serve her well in a notoriously unforgiving industry. With her delicate features and classical beauty, it was clear she had something that set her apart. But talent alone would not guarantee survival in the competitive world of Chinese entertainment. Her decision to study at the Shanghai Theatre Academy marked a turning point. Known for producing some of China's most celebrated stars, the Academy became her training ground. There, she immersed herself in rigorous coursework and rehearsals, sharpening her craft while quietly observing the cutthroat competition around her. Many students dreamed of stardom, but few had the combination of dedication and adaptability required to make it. Li Qin stood out not through boldness or scandal at the time, but through the quiet persistence that eventually caught the eyes of casting directors. Her breakthrough came in 2010 when she was cast in the lavish television adaptation of The Dream of Red Mansions. The production was an enormous undertaking, drawing immense attention even before its release. And Li Qin's role as Huyp showcased her in a light that perfectly matched her natural elegance. Audiences were captivated by her refined aura, and suddenly, she was no longer just a promising student, but a new face to watch. The success of this drama introduced her to millions and established her as an actress, with potential to become one of the leading figures of her generation. The years that followed built on that foundation. Li Qin quickly became synonymous with costume dramas, a genre beloved in China for its mix of history, romance, and cultural nostalgia. Her natural beauty and grace gave her an edge in roles that required a balance of dignity and vulnerability. Directors recognized her ability to embody the archetype of the idealized heroine, and this niche, while lucrative, began to define her early career. Viewers praised her ability to make characters feel authentic, and brands began approaching her for endorsements, attracted by her image of purity and tradition. But success in entertainment often carries hidden costs. While she was being celebrated as a rising star, she was also stepping into an industry where image mattered as much as skill. Gossip magazines began to speculate about her personal life, even in these early years. Who was she dating? Did she have a secret relationship with a fellow actor? Although nothing substantial was ever proven, the rumors fueled public curiosity, and for a young actress trying to build credibility, even unfounded whispers could cast long shadows. Li Qin's strategy was to remain silent, focusing on work rather than feeding the tabloids. That silence, however, would become both her shield and her burden, as critics often accused her of being too detached or unwilling to reveal her true self to the public. Her endorsements and appearances solidified her growing reputation. In a country where stars can rise and fall overnight, she carefully cultivated an image that was both approachable and untouchable. Luxury brands tapped her to embody sophistication, while television producers saw her as a safe choice for traditional roles that appealed to wide audiences. By the mid-2000s, Li Qin had carved out her place in the industry. She was no longer a newcomer, but a familiar presence on screens across China, her face instantly recognizable in posters and promotional campaigns. Yet, beneath the surface of this rise was a quiet challenge. Li Qin's identity as an actress was becoming tied too tightly to one kind of role. Audiences loved her in flowing robes and ornate headdresses, but in modern dramas, she struggled to achieve the same level of acclaim. Critics began to question whether she had the range to expand beyond her niche. This was not an unusual dilemma for actresses in China's entertainment scene, where typecasting often trapped performers in roles that were safe but limiting. For Li Qin, it meant early whispers that her career might one day stall if she failed to diversify her image. Still, these concerns were faint compared to the admiration she received. In the eyes of fans, she was the embodiment of grace and tradition, a reminder of classical ideals in an age of rapid change. Young viewers saw her as an idol, while older audiences appreciated her disciplined performances. It was this ability to appeal across generations that kept her career trajectory climbing, even as doubts lingered about her long-term evolution. Her early rise demonstrated both the opportunities and the dangers of sudden fame. The same qualities that elevated her, her beauty, her elegance, her cautious approach, also laid the groundwork for the criticisms she would face later. But in these first years, the promise of her career shone brightly, and the challenges waiting ahead had not yet fully revealed themselves. What the public saw was a young woman ascending steadily, seemingly destined for greatness, yet unaware that every choice she made would one day be dissected under the harsh spotlight of fame. As Li Qin's career entered its next stage, the young actress who had first captured audiences with her delicate beauty in the dream of red mansions began to transform into a household name. Producers saw her as a dependable figure who could carry large-scale projects, and she began to secure roles in dramas that became nationwide hits. One of her most prominent breakthroughs came with Princess Agents, a show that dominated ratings and online conversations across China. Though she was not the sole lead, her presence helped cement her place among the rising stars of the new generation of actors. Viewers were drawn to her refined demeanor and the emotional authenticity she brought to her characters. The drama opened doors to a string of successful projects, including Joy of Life, where she portrayed a role that further highlighted her ability to balance charm with quiet strength. This drama became a phenomenon, praised for its witty script and strong cast, and once again, Li Qin emerged as one of the standout performers. By this time, her reputation as a goddess of costume dramas was firmly established. Her face seemed made for historical settings, with her classical features and calm expressions resonating with the genre's demands for elegance and restraint. Audiences often commented that she looked like she had stepped straight out of a painting, an actress who embodied the ideals of traditional Chinese femininity. This branding worked in her favor as she consistently attracted leading roles in period productions. Yet it also became a double-edged sword. The more she was celebrated for her work in costume dramas, the more critics questioned her versatility. Some argued she was leaning too heavily on beauty rather than expanding her craft into modern, challenging roles. For an actress trying to grow in an industry filled with fierce competition, the criticism began to sting. Alongside her professional successes came the inevitable swirl of gossip. Her collaborations with popular male stars fueled endless speculation in entertainment tabloids. One of the most enduring rumors linked her romantically to actor Yang Yang. The two were paired in projects and often appeared publicly at events, which only intensified whispers of a secret relationship. Although both sides remained silent and no evidence was ever confirmed, the speculation followed her for years, leaving many fans convinced that something had existed between them. For Li Qin, the rumor mill was a constant presence. Her decision not to clarify or feed the gossip was a strategic move to avoid escalation, but it also created an aura of mystery around her private life. Some fans admired her discretion, while others saw her silence as proof that she was hiding something. Her career choices also attracted scrutiny. In an industry where image is paramount, actresses face relentless pressure to conform to shifting beauty standards. Netizens began to speculate about whether Li Qin had undergone cosmetic procedures. Observers pointed to changes in her facial features across the years, sparking heated debates online. She never addressed the claims, leaving them as unresolved questions. This silence mirrored her approach to romance rumors. She neither denied nor confirmed, choosing instead to focus on her work. While this strategy preserved her image from direct scandal, it also kept alive the sense of curiosity and doubt that clung to her name. Despite the controversies, she became one of the most sought-after actresses for brand endorsements. Luxury fashion houses and major consumer brands tapped her as a spokesperson, eager to associate their products with her refined and elegant public persona. These deals not only boosted her income, but also reinforced her status as an elite figure in the entertainment industry. Yet with endorsements came the occasional backlash. Every time she appeared in a campaign, online critics would argue about whether she truly represented the brand's ideals, accusing her of being too safe or lacking the daring qualities of some of her contemporaries. A pattern began to emerge in how she navigated fame. Li Qin projected an image of calm stability, rarely embroiled in outright scandal, but constantly surrounded by whispers. This approach worked to her advantage in the sense that she never spiraled into major controversy, but it also left her open to accusations of being bland. Netizens and critics alike debated whether she had the courage to step outside her comfort zone, to take risks in her career that might elevate her from a beloved actress to an iconic one. As her body of work expanded, so too did the tension between her devoted fan base and her skeptics. Her supporters praised her for her professionalism, her graceful demeanor, and her dedication to the craft. They pointed to her performances in projects like The Song of Glory, where she portrayed strong-willed characters that challenged her gentle image. On the other hand, critics insisted she was still playing variations of the same archetype. They wanted to see her take on roles that would shatter her refined image, to prove she could tackle complex, gritty, or unconventional characters. In the entertainment world, perception is often as important as reality. Even though she was working steadily and achieving success, doubts about her artistic depth began to surface more frequently in discussions among industry watchers. Some directors and producers continued to cast her in roles that capitalized on her established brand, rather than risk experimenting with her potential range. As a result, she faced the paradox of being both celebrated and questioned. A star who had everything yet was still accused of not being enough. Li Qin also found herself navigating the constant comparisons to her peers. As new actresses like Zhao Lucy and Dilraba Dilmurat began to capture the spotlight with bold roles and lively public images, Li Qin's calm and restrained persona was sometimes interpreted as a weakness. In the fast-moving world of Chinese entertainment, where trends shift overnight, the perception of being overshadowed can be as damaging as an actual career slump. She worked hard to prove her relevance, but the whispers that she was losing ground to newer stars became another obstacle she had to manage. Through all of this, Li Qin's strategy remained the same: focus on her work, keep her personal life private, and let her performances speak for themselves. It was a strategy that kept her safe from implosion, but not from criticism. Every choice she made, from selecting scripts to appearing in public, became fodder for discussion. Was she too cautious? Was she avoiding risks that could redefine her career? Or was she simply playing the long game, building a stable legacy while others burned out under the weight of scandal? This middle chapter of her story shows the delicate balance she has had to maintain. On one hand, she was a star adored by fans, endorsed by luxury brands, and cast in some of China's most successful dramas. On the other, she was a figure surrounded by whispers about her romantic life, her appearance, her courage, and her career trajectory. These contradictions defined her public image, making her a fascinating case of a celebrity who achieved stability in a world addicted to volatility, yet who could never fully silence the doubts about whether her best work was still ahead of her. As Li Qin moved further into recent years, her career became a mixture of consistent visibility and mounting challenges. After the success of earlier historical dramas, she continued to headline major productions, with titles like The Wolf and My Dear Guardian. These projects reinforced her reputation as a reliable star, but the reception was not always as glowing as before. My Dear Guardian, in particular, faced heavy criticism for its weak script and cliched storytelling. Audiences began to question whether Li Qin was choosing roles that truly stretched her abilities, or whether she was settling into safe patterns. The mixed reviews cast a shadow on her box office draw and hinted at the possibility of stagnation. Another notable role came with 1,000 Years for You, where she once again wore the costumes that audiences associated her with. Although the drama attracted viewers at first, its ratings and feedback quickly fell into the forgettable category. For Li Qin, this was a warning sign. While costume dramas had been her strength, the genre was also becoming oversaturated, with countless other actresses vying for the same spotlight. The reliance on her beauty and classical aura, once an advantage, was now a vulnerability. She risked being labeled as repetitive, a star locked in the same mold while others innovated. The entertainment industry thrives on new faces, and Li Qin began to feel the weight of comparison. Rising stars like Zhao Lucy, with her bubbly modern charm, and Dilraba Dilmurat, with her striking looks and daring roles, were increasingly dominating headlines. Netizens debated openly whether Li Qin was being overshadowed. Some said she had missed opportunities to take on riskier, groundbreaking roles that could have propelled her to a new level. Others defended her, arguing that her steady approach was better than chasing trends that burned bright and faded fast. Still, the chatter revealed an uncomfortable truth. She was no longer the undeniable new generation star, but a veteran who had to fight to stay relevant. Adding to these pressures were persistent rumors about her private life. Beyond the long-standing speculation about her and Yang Yang, Li Qin was occasionally linked to wealthy businessmen. Online gossip suggested she might have had powerful backers behind the scenes, fueling theories that her steady career trajectory could not be explained by talent and beauty alone. No evidence ever surfaced, and these whispers remained in the realm of speculation. Yet, in the entertainment world, perception often matters more than proof. For some, her silence on these matters looked like composure. For others, it looked like concealment. Another layer of controversy came from the relentless online bullying that targeted her whenever her dramas underperformed. Anonymous netizens accused her of being overrated, of relying on looks rather than talent, or of avoiding true challenges. Comments flooded social media whenever her shows faltered, creating cycles of criticism that tested her resilience. At times, the backlash seemed less about her actual performances and more about the frustration of audiences who wanted her to evolve but felt she was stuck. This dynamic revealed the double-edged sword of her carefully maintained image. It shielded her from scandals, but left her vulnerable to accusations of blandness and lack of ambition. Even her management choices came under fire. Observers noted that she sometimes selected projects with high commercial potential, but limited artistic depth, suggesting she or her team prioritized visibility over legacy. The effect was a gradual erosion of critical respect. Industry insiders whispered that without a bold pivot into more daring roles, she might see her influence plateau. It was a cruel irony. The very caution that had protected her for years was now threatening to limit her future. Still, Li Qin's career cannot be reduced to criticism alone. Her work ethic remained evident, and her ability to embody elegance and refinement on screen kept her in demand. She continued to appear in brand campaigns, magazine covers, and major award shows. Her image was that of a professional who never strayed into reckless behavior, who maintained dignity in an environment where many stars were undone by scandal. This consistency earned her the loyalty of long-term fans, who appreciated her grace in navigating fame without losing composure. Her personal life, however, remained an enigma. Unlike other celebrities who shared snippets of their private worlds to stay relevant, Li Qin kept hers locked away. The lack of visibility led to endless speculation. Was she single? Was she in a hidden relationship? Did she have a secret life outside of the spotlight? The mystery both protected her and kept her under scrutiny. Some fans admired her privacy in an era of oversharing, while others craved transparency and felt disconnected from a star who seemed too distant. As of today, Li Qin stands at a crossroads. She is respected as a hardworking, beautiful actress who has built a solid career, yet questions about her long-term trajectory persist. Will she continue playing variations of the same elegant roles? Or will she take the risk of reinventing herself in unexpected ways? The whispers about her backers, her rumored romances, and her script choices may never be answered, but they continue to follow her, shaping public perception as much as her actual work. Her story is one of contrasts, admired and doubted, successful yet questioned, graceful yet accused of hiding too much. She has survived over a decade in one of the most competitive entertainment industries in the world, a feat in itself. But survival is not the same as transformation. The future of her legacy depends on whether she can silence the doubts, break free of her safe image, and deliver performances that prove her critics wrong. Until then, Li Qin remains a figure of fascination, an actress adored for her beauty and poise, but shadowed by whispers that her story has not yet reached its most defining chapter. Li Qin remains one of China's most captivating stars, a woman adored for her beauty, yet shadowed by relentless doubts. Her journey is a reminder that survival in the entertainment world is never enough. Reinvention is the true test of legacy. Will she rise above the whispers or fade into the background as others seize the spotlight? Only time will tell. For now, her name still sparks debate, fascination, and curiosity. If you want more stories that reveal the hidden truths of Asia's biggest stars, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Criminal Tracks.